Alright, welcome back guys. Sorry about the stream restart and it took a little bit here, but my mic is having some issues today. First I had to restart my entire PC to have a PC recognize it again, and then it went offline again for a short time. But yeah, it's working now, so hopefully it's gonna stay like that. But yeah, welcome in Max, thank you for the lurk.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Welcome in Bully McGuire. Hey there, Sean. Hey, Jay. You take full responsibility for that restart of the stream. You needed to recover the first from whoever took it before. Exactly. That's the only reason I restarted the stream, really. I want to say hi and I ended. You were like so rude. Yeah, I done that on purpose, you know. Gotta unleash my inner bully. But yeah, we are on the way to finish Syndicate soon. There's only 2 more sequences left and like 2 side missions and 1 replay, which comes to a total of like 11 missions we have to do still. So yeah, I think what we're gonna start out with today is actually the replay of a mission we didn't 100%. And then we're gonna dive into the new content that's still left in the game. This one, A Long Night. The train driver's apprentice Bob is a bit of a never-do-well. He's gone out drinking and falling in with a bad lot. Rescue him and bring him back. So the optional objective here was to avoid open conflict, which I didn't realize last time. Which is why we failed the mission. But yeah, this time we're gonna be a bit more careful and pay attention to the enemies. Hey the Grace, welcome in. Good morning to you.
High precision, Gareth.
Indeed, we need all the high precision.
Would you look at this mess? Young bum boozer comes in here, argues with the regulars, rattles their cage. I don't need problems like that.
Did you see where Bob went, mate?
What? Bob? Bob's me chummy is. The fellas he was arguing with left right after he did.
Fashion to make. I love men in uniform. They look so
Right.
very clean.
My left leg was blown straight off.
I'm looking for Bob the apprentice.
Yeah, I seen him. Looked like he was about to vomit. I told him to get out of it. He went to throw up in the alley.
You don't say. Like how I set that up for you.
Arch parkour such stealth. Hey, Valevi. Parkour. Extreme. Yeah, we got a bit inspired by The Office here.
What sort of fighting about? Let me at him. Blood or beer? Hey, can a man have a bit of privacy? Yeah, a drunk bloke. Group of bashers followed him.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well today. Decided to give us another day of Syndicate. Basically has become an AC week. But yeah, I really want to finish the main story soon. So we're working on more of that today for a shorter stream session. But yeah, I'm doing pretty well. How are you today?
Vomit. Lovely. Vomit. Lovely.
Yeah, very lovely.
Vomit. Lovely.
I mean, that's the bar here, isn't it? Been pretty good, just a bit tired. Procrastinating at work as always. I mean, that's fair. But yeah, definitely understandable you would be tired after last night.
Think I'm a jolterman, do ya? He's crossed the wrong blokes, he has.
I'll give you a pasting.
She was a pretty little gosling and a gay little gosling he. But as she...
Come along, Bob. You're wanted back at the train.
My legs got wrong.
Well, that's just lovely. Come on, then. Not a peep from you.
Okay, so now we have to avoid open conflict. Really wonder what kind of animal that was. Human was heavy enough to make the floorboards creak.
Right in it,
Yeah.
Mr. Fry.
I don't know.
Such wild fantasies you have, Bob.
Maybe it was a raccoon. That is a rooftop climber. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but
For another tavern with
definitely annoying if you have to deal with it, you know, in the middle of the night.
What's happening over there?
The Berlin City attic raccoons? Yeah.
Mr. Fry, stop!
Maybe it was Raccoona Tui.
I'll send you a drink, sir. Stop!
I could certainly use one.
I still gotta laugh about that movie, I have to say. It definitely got stuck in my mind a little bit.
Could you take a spin around the tower?
But yeah, then again, also been a while since I've seen a movie like that. I guess Kodik. Yeah, it really was. I was honestly impressed. Like, especially also with like just how much there was to it.
Huh, Mr. Fry?
Ladies are the least of your problems.
Knock
Yeah, that's absolutely no worries at all, Levi. I hope the meeting goes well, and maybe talk to you later.
Are we there yet?
Curious. I wonder what that's about.
Pushing up daisies.
Let's take a little jaunt to the hospital, shall we?
Where your fun and games come to end.
That's a girl. Yeah.
Whoa! My head's spinning. This has been quite an adventure. Slow down. We passed another Where's the camera on the line? Whoa! Too fast there. Too fast! The stomach's in a whirl! Slow down! We passed another pub! Keep your eyes on the road there, mate! Too fast! The stomach's in a whirl! Whoa! A little too fast there! My head's to right! I don't want no hospital! Agnes can take care of this!
I'm sorry. The woman got crashed good there. I don't think she survived that.
Fast there! It was a pretty little ghostly!
Things you do to save Bob's life.
Passed another pub!
Oh, the laddie's been stuck like a pig. Here, I'll stitch you up.
I'll be needing something to numb the pain!
Aye. Oh, I'll get my whiskey.
Could you make it, Jin?
Alright, there we go. Got the Avoid Open Conflict challenge done. Which means now we're catched up with all of the missions we've done so far at 100% sync. I've actually got some new entries here for the Blood Cardigan. That's a guy we assassinated at the end of last stream. Lieutenant General James Thomas Brudenell, 7th Earl of Cardigan, stands as a shining example of British aristocracy circa the first half of the 19th century. Which is to say, he was a pompous, blustery git who never met a failure he couldn't buy his way out of, and liked to play at soldiers with very large guns and actual human lives. Or, as he might have called them, peasants. He grew up in Buckinghamshire in the lap of luxury, as his father inherited the earldom of Cardigan when young James was only 14. Despite being educated at some of the finest schools in England, he never earned a degree. I can't find any record of when he joined the Templars, presumably because when you're born this rich, and connected the doctor removes the silver spoon from your gob, slaps you on the ass, hands you a cross-paddy ring, and sends you on your way. I mean, that's pretty much how it works. In 1818 he became Member of Parliament for Marlborough, a small region of Wiltshire, regrettably lacking in grizzled smoking cowboys, though if you're ever there, try a pint of Henry's at the Lamp. As for Jackie, this was convenient as his cousin owned the borough, but that stopped him from buggering off on a grand tour of Europe before taking his seat. Mind, after all, one can hardly let little things like governance or responsibility get in the way of getting about with Russian noblewomen. When he finally did take a seat, he was an unremarkable parliamentarian, and apparently an unpopular one. During a campaign in 1832, despite having spent some 1,660,000 in today's money, he was assaulted and badly beaten in a rally. I suppose that's what happens when you loudly and frequently use phrases like reformist nonsense and preserving the ancient rights of nobility, when winning the hearts and minds of the common folk. Having failed rather remarkably in politics, he turned his attention to the military, spurred on by his youthful admiration of Wellington's cavalry at Waterloo, and I suspect a love of all the pretty horses. He, and I swear I'm not making this up, formed his own troop of horse to guard against reformist uprisings in Northamptonshire. When the Northern's menace failed to emerge, he joined the Hussars, where over the course of a few years he bought his way up from a lieutenant's rank to lieutenant general in command of the 11th Hussar. Along the way he accumulated a court-martial for reprehensible conduct, a dismissal from the army of King William himself, and a prosecution for illegal dueling, all of which he managed to have reversed or dismissed thanks to family connections. When he was finally sent off to India to take command of his forces, he spent a year and a half mentoring his way to the colony, only to arrive just in time for a bit of tiger shooting before the 11 Hussars, who had been stationed there for several years, to be recalled to England. Lord Cardigan, the inherited the earldom in 1847, traveled separately aboard a private yacht, because of course he did. If I didn't think he was such a tit, I love him. Despite a long and illustrious career of absolute thievery, Cardigan is most famous for leading the charge of the Light Brigade at the Battle of Balaclava. Although initial rumors suggested that he absented himself from the battle altogether, it seems he did in fact lead the charge, and from the front, no less whatever his faults, he certainly possessed that breadth of personal courage that comes from the certainty that the world would never dare lay a hand on you. Mind you, he also apparently never bothered to look back to see his men who were being slaughtered, and upon realizing that the battle was lost, he retired to his private yacht for a champagne dinner, so it's not as though he was seized by the spirit of gallantry. After the war, Cardigan returned to England, where he spent his retirement vigorously campaigning against reform and for his own recognition as a hero of Crimea. In his very slight defense, he did contribute a great deal of money to many veterans, charities, and towards the end of his life, he campaigned in favor of a Reform Act of 1867, but since that law served chiefly to bring the Houses of Commons under the dominance of the upper classes, it strikes me more as a Templar machination than any sort of change of heart. But at least from him we get the cardigan sweater, beloved of hipsters and children's TV presenters the world over. Damn, that was a long entry for a character. But I noticed like all of them are pretty lengthy, at least most of them. But there was definitely more of a lengthy one. Yeah, way lengthier than the others. We also have Galina Voronina. Galina and her twin sister Avdotya were born in an assassin Soviet science facility in Prodvino, which honestly sounds amazing. Unfortunately, their lives are basically a never-ending horror movie. Their facility and team acquired a schematic for an early version of the Animus, and believed that if they could create the machine before Abstergo, then the assassins would gain an edge in our long war. Unfortunately, they lacked the materials and expertise to make the damn thing work. That didn't stop their mentor, Galina's mother, from forcing all of the assassins into prolonged sessions, including her twin daughters. Over time, the bleeding effect began to take hold, and the scientific community was driven insane. Desperate, Galina reached out for help and found Gavin Banks, an assassin whose memory was to find surviving cells and reconnect them to a global brotherhood. Galina led Gavin and his team back to Prodvino, where they euthanized the poor deranged creatures trapped inside. Galina killed her own mother and twin sister, which isn't something I think you could consider easy, even if you often squabbled. Jesus Christ. She killed her own family. Gavin recruited her to his team, which was good for him, as he has the unfortunate habit of getting the shit kicked out of him. Galina's time in the Animus allowed her to acquire the skills of her assassin ancestors. It also may or may not have driven her crazy. One time in Norway, I saw Galina talking to herself. When I asked her about it, she told me that she was talking to her dead sister, who follows her everywhere she goes. Damn. Ah, nice, we can actually upgrade the throwing knives further to the last level. We also got a new outfit here, the Blackguard suit. Blackguard suit's somber blend of blacks and blues capture the depth and darkness of a London night. Ooh, we could use the legendary assassin gauntlet, but we don't have a bluestone yet. Let's go for the Chimera. And weapon-wise, let's have a look here. Let's go for the light and dark cane sword. Or we could go for a kukri instead. I do like the serrated death quite a bit, the design of it. Alright, so one thing we still have to do is actually increasing the level for rubber topping. This Fight Club over here should be quite low level, so I guess you could just stack it a little bit over here. Hey Vora, welcome in. Yeah, London's going quite well. I decided to take another day for Syndicate still, and progress even further. But yeah, it's going good. How are you today?
Oh,
Excellent. Maybe you can help draw in a bigger crowd.
Shall we put your skills to the test with another round?
The next contestant.
Kind of funny how we just counter kill them immediately because of how much damage we're having. You're doing alright. Yeah, you got a new couch yesterday, so you're pleased with how it fits in your space. Oh, that's excellent. Not too long ago I also got a couch, and yeah, it definitely has been really nice, you know, having like another place to like chill out. It's very comfortable.
Enough to challenge this beast in the ring.
We can't take down all of you!
He's as good as dead!
Come in here. Or not.
My mother always says that perfection doesn't exist. But that, my friends, was a perfect match. Good fight, my lord. Ladies and gentlemen. Step right up. Only the best of the best.
A small living room, but you wanted something with more sitting, so finding a good compromise took a while. Yeah, that's definitely understandable. But yeah, couch is always a good seating opportunity. Is it like a 2-man couch or 3-man couch, or even bigger than that? Right, what to do next? I think I'm going to do the next murder mystery now, which is the second last actually before we unlock the very final mission. It's sectional, so 3 cushions one way and 2 the other way, and it's modular, so you can rearrange it however you like. It's really cool. So you can kind of like really make it dependable on like the situation. That's very nice. most hated man in London. You do switch off all of the potential murderers actually killed Ashton.
Think of that. Crushed by a crate. The most hated man in London.
Can you imagine achieving such a title? One day my brilliance will bring me similar recognition.
Mr. Raymond, what are you talking about?
It's of no consequence. What's important is that this man was hated by many. But who delivered the fatal blow?
Super nice, and if you ever move to a different apartment, it would be so much easier because it breaks down so easily. Yeah, that's another thing, right? Like, also being able to move it like that. You can just rearrange it. The body has been crushed by the crate, but close inspection reveals other anomalies: a puncture wound to the gut, a bullet wound to the back. The victim's skin has an odd green pallor, along with yellowing around his eyes. Inspection of the bullet wound indicates that such a wound would cause death in 12 minutes.
I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death?
Okay, so it's about what killed him first. The thing is, if he died before being crushed by the crate, right? Why did he got crushed by the crate? Like, he should still be alive and walking when that occurred. It's almost like the crate has to have killed him. Unless that also takes a few minutes for him to die. Moving one large piece of furniture is always such a bitch. Yeah. Especially if you have like a really bad kind of like space in between the flats and stuff. The hallway. Dr. Chassis, good. It's kind of funny the animations they have. Both while being idle, but also while talking. Greg kind of seems like it was planted to hide the bullet wound. Maybe, yeah.
He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes. He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps He appears to...
Okay, so 6 minutes.
I suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in his system.
So 12 minutes for the bullet wound, 6 minutes for the stab wound. Ashton's agenda. Listed daily activities: pharmacy 1 PM, pub 1:05 PM, Apple 1:09 PM, household account 1:10 PM. Broken pocket watch inscribed John Ashton, stopped at 1:17 precisely. The path John Ashton took before he died.
He owned this site and paid us. We all hated him because he looked for any excuse to cheat us out of our wages. I didn't hate him any more or less than my mates. That's around the time I'm given a few minutes to eat something. About then I would have been buying myself an apple at the stand down the street. It's difficult to work properly. You'd have to know what you're doing to drop it at just the right moment.
A lot of murderers will insert themselves into investigation of crimes because they like the attention, so you're suspicious of our boy Chester here. Yeah, the thing is, I mean, he was the most hated man in the city, the one who died, and he got attacked by multiple people. So there's definitely a lot of people who we have to suspect here.
The man's a right bastard. I hope he's smouldering in hell. I'm not a crane operator. I wouldn't know how to work that.
Eddie? Yeah, I taught him how to work the crane a few days ago.
So he's lying, which makes him the biggest suspect so far for at least dropping the crate. A huge core-powered crane. The driving mechanism is complex and requires an expert operator.
I should return and find out about this.
What else do we have here? Oh, there's something. A handball. Please contribute to the benefit fund for the man who had his arm crushed. Any help would be much appreciated.
I wonder if someone can tell me more about this.
My best chum is maimed for life, and Ashton didn't care a fig. He deserved what happened. Beyond that, I'm mum.
There's a reason for revenge, so I think he was the one who dropped the crate at least.
He's my husband. Each day I bring him the household expenses just after he eats his apple. I also brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony. The one with the special scepter. Of course, he wasn't going to take me along. I often tie up my hair around a knitting needle. What business is it of yours?
An apple that has a single bite taken out of it. The inside of the apple is oddly pink.
He stopped by here every day at the exact same time. He'd buy an apple and try to cheat me out of tuppence. But then most folks do that. Yeah, that sounds right. Came by for an apple. He was here when we heard the crate hit the ground.
Okay, next we have the pub.
Ashton stops in front of this pub every afternoon to check on business rumours. Something of a bastard, Ashton. Told me he had a bit of jam on the side, if you know what I mean. Wife didn't know about it. Well, the bit of jam wants out, but he won't let her. That's the sort of fellow we're speaking of.
Bit of a bastard. Newspaper includes an interesting article. Hendrix refinery brought to a halt. Apparent sabotage has destroyed machinery at Lawrence Hendrix foundry. Rumors circulating imply that industrialist John Ashton is behind the sabotage of his competitor. Webley boxer revolver. One chamber is empty.
I should return and find out about this.
As a matter of fact, I do carry a revolver at all times. It can be a dangerous neighborhood for a wealthy fellow such as myself. This proves nothing.
That was Ashton's doing. The man had it in for me. He paid workers to wreck my machines. Cost me a fortune. As long as he was around, I'd never prosper.
Okay, so he shot him. And that took 12 minutes apparently to take in. He leaves the pub at 1:07, so he would have been dead due to the gunshot wound at 1:19. However, his watch stopped at 1:17, so I don't think it was a gunshot wound. I think we can rule that out for now.
He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later. He takes a bluish medication every day and prefers that I administer it. Mary is a trusted assistant. As far as I know, she's completely above board. Today, she swept the shop and prepared some medications. She also fetched herself an apple from the apple stand.
I see him here every day. He can be unpleasant, but I don't really know him.
Pharmaceutical cabinet contains chemicals labeled warning not to be ingested. Chemical 1 is bluish in color and listed as causing erratic movement after 10 minutes and death after an additional 16 minutes. Causes jaundice about the eyes and has an extreme anesthetic effect. Chemical 2 is pinkish in color and is listed as causing erratic movement after 2 minutes and death after an additional 9. It's a green tint to the skin. So either 16 or 9 minutes. I mean, it can't be 9, right? Because it can't be 9 because he left the pub at 1 PM. And he was still alive by 1/9. However, that second chemical might have been in the Nido/the Apple. So would have been 9 minutes since then, or 16 since here. So 1:16 would have been his death point. Which would have been 1 minute before the pocket watch stopped. So maybe that actually killed him because it would have been just before he got hit by the crate. And he could still be moving, I guess, even though he's technically dying. If you had a single voice line in an AC game, it would be really quite scandalous. A letter addressed to Thomas Reese, pharmacist. Tom, my dear brother, I've recently made the most upsetting discovery. The man who forced the foreclosure of a family farm was none other than John Ashton, your very client. This behavior and this affair is beyond indecent. Both father and mother are reduced to penury. You and I both must contribute all we can, although we each have obligations of our own. At the very least, you must cease to do business with this dreadful man.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Medicine box of Ashton's prescription with a few remaining blue pills. You must have dropped it along the way. Okay, I mean, if he took the pill here, and it takes 16 minutes for the blue ones, then he would have been dead by what, 1:19. So this can't be it either.
This really is none of your business. He came to me for his blue medication. I gave him blue medication.
So it can't have been the gunshot wound, it could have been the blue medication. It could have been the apple, because it's been 9 minutes between the apple stand and actually it couldn't have been the apple, right? Because he got stabbed by his wife. So he takes the apple at 1:09. He takes a bite from the apple at 1:12, and then it takes 9 minutes, so 1:21. So it can't have been poisoning. A stab wound would have occurred at 1:11, really. Didn't got pushed, he got stabbed by his wife. And it takes 6 minutes for the stab wound. to kill him, which would have been at 117, where the crate got dropped on him. So I think it would have been actually his wife. Because it happened the exact same time, supposedly, that the crate got dropped. So it does make sense.
Girl who works at the pharmacy? Yeah, she slipped me an extra threepence. She had a special app just for Mr. Ashton. I gave him that one when he come by. Mr. Ashton did look strange-like. Eyes all yellowish. And then he turned pale after he bit into the apple. Almost green, really.
That's a crazy lot of assassination attempts in a matter of like 10 minutes. Apparently there's more to investigate.
He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
Yeah, 6 minutes. I think it's the wife, but I missed a clue somewhere. I think we can go back to a pharmacy and talk to somebody there. That's a lot of math. It really is, yeah. This one is definitely one of the trickier murder mysteries to solve, because all of them, you know, try to kill Mr. Ashton.
Quite right. I asked the apple seller to give him a special apple. Is that a crime? He was a horrid man. That's all I have to say.
Investigation. And go back to the apple stand apparently. Hey there, Anglo-Saxon. Welcome in.
Very well. I found out about his dalliance with that girl from the pharmacy. It's not the first. Divorce is all but impossible given his influence with the clergy.
Okay, now we can make an accusation. So I think it's his wife. Because she has a reason to kill him. She can't get out of a divorce. Out of a marriage with a divorce. And she did have a needle. Puncture wound would have taken 6 minutes. He got stabbed at 1:11. Which would have been the exact same time that the crate got dropped on him. So, yeah. Must have been her, I think.
I'll be the toast of the town.
A very unpleasant fellow. But what was that business about a knighthood ceremony?
Up to the cliff with you!
In any case, Mr. Raymond will have a story for Purlock Publishing.
The most hated man in London, or more than one way to skin a cat. Wealthy business owner John Ashton was murdered not once, but 5 times. So hated was he that his business rival, his employee, his wife, his mistress, and his pharmacist all made attempts on his life. Poisoned, shot, stabbed, and finally crushed, Ashton came to a very gruesome end indeed. Alright, very nice. And yeah, that unlocks the final murder mystery. However, I think I'm actually gonna do this as part of the epilogue, because it stands in connection to the Queen, which we haven't met yet in the main story. So in order to have kind of like a bit more of a consistency between the story, like the last murder mystery, we're gonna be waiting until we have finished the main story, I think. But yeah, that means we can now fully focus on the last remaining main stories here, because basically caught up with all of the side stuff here. We still have the associate activities for Robert Topping and Ed Weinhardt. Maybe I try to finish that first. Yeah, I think we do a little bit of that actually.
This will give you a nice little allowance.
Steady on.
Yeah. Gotta race the train here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Congratulations on your victory.
Let's also go ahead and pick up some money here. Never hurts. Okay, we could hijack a carriage here. Let's actually do that as well. Since you still have to increase the level here for that, why not? How do I actually drive here? Robin, you guys wanna die? Oh, how many citizens are here? The heck?
He's not very good at hiding, is he?
Someone doesn't know the meaning of hard work.
I like how they all decide to go on the sidewalk.
He must be up to something. Who's he hiding from us?
They've all turned run away, but they don't bother going on the actual street. Amazing.
That's the way.
Obeying the rules no matter what.
Doing fine, girl.
Slow down now.
It's not very good at hiding. A lot of the comments in this game. Yeah, it's always funny when NPCs make comments about what the main character's doing. Also a bit like a fourth wall break as well. Okay, there's another cargo hijack here.
What's he doing here?
Who's a good horse? You are.
What up, actually? Maybe doing the train robbery is the better idea here.
Easy, girl. Easy. Slow down.
It's still... Is it still there? It's up here. Because I think it gives bigger reward levels for Netwear.
Easy does it.
I really don't like that Paco down and drive is the same button there.
I knew you were a racing type.
Keep moving.
Bad rubber banding towards the end there.
Congratulations on your victory.
Dude, how long does it take to actually get this associate level up? I'm getting like so little XP there. Give me more. I feel like the Thames activity is actually quite good to increase the level for that Wynard at least quite fast. Let's do a little bit of that maybe. You can do like also like small activities like sabotaging, which increases the level like passively, I think. But yeah, honestly, I'm kind of like debating if I should even go for these because they don't really add anything important to the story. Like yeah, there's like the cutscene at the end, of course, you know, with like Eva rubber topping and that why not, but that's like 5 to 10 seconds. It's usually just like, you know, thank you for assisting me in doing all of these carriage highs or stuff. Never mind, the game crashed. The game is like, no, you shan't do that. But yeah, maybe I'm even skipping on these things because it's just way too grindy, I feel. You know, like given how little XP we get for that. Okay, seems like I got muted again. Dealing with that issue. Didn't have that in ages, but like some while ago, every time I started the game, it would just like mute my mic for some reason. And yeah, that's happening currently. But yeah, essentially we will be skipping the associate activities for rubber topping and net Wynard because it doesn't really add anything but like to the story really that's important. I don't feel like you know, grinding for like an hour straight or something, just doing like raids and like fight clubs and stuff. So yeah, what we're gonna do instead is do some main story and continue with sequence 8. Ubisoft is tired of me trash talking on the games. Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna change my outfit as well here for Jacob. How about we go for the Outdoorsman outfit? It's like kind of his canon look.
For any mortal thing from this to be gentle. What do we have here?
Got some new assassin intel here. The third part of Niccolo di Pitigliano. A manor is burning. I must flee this place. I can only hope the crowd outside has dispersed. I stumble over two of my guards. Their throats are slit. This stairwell is impassable. Burning debris has fallen from the floor above. I'm not sure I have the strength left to find another route. My fingers tremble. I nearly drop the artifact, so I tuck it under my arm. The hallway is completely dark. I proceed with a hand scraping along one wall and hope for the best. I test the window, but it has been sealed from the outside. I gasp for air as I drop onto the grass outside. Where would I go? If I can even escape Lonigo. I will not survive a trip to another town. Unless... And yeah, guess I gotta find part 4 here to find out what happens unless... Strange bedfellows. Jacob accepts Maxwell Roth's invitation to meet.
Better check the back.
I've told you you're not to leave. Ah, Jacob. How you doing?
Come along, we have work to do.
How's this grab you?
Thanks.
Looks like there's been a killing. Now, maybe two.
I'm here to see Mr. Roth.
Weapons?
No, thank you. I've got my own.
You should be on the stage, sir. This way.
I like the direction. You should be on the stage, sir. You're so funny. But yeah, to be fair, I always have to chuckle a little bit when Jacob says that.
Ah! Our honored guest has arrived. Come, sit. I've had my eye on you for some time. I find your heroics in battling the great Crawford Starrick quite magnificent.
I've been picking off your soldiers one by one. Doesn't that make you angry?
On the contrary, surprise is a spice of life. Now, Mr. Starrick, that's a different story. I'm drowning in directives, all terribly boring. Let's say we work together and bring him down.
I'm not so sure about that.
My friend, if if I fail to provide you with the chance to cause Starrick some pain, well, you can charge into this theater and kill me yourself.
What do you get out of all this?
The chance to have a little fun with the bravest man in London.
You have a deal.
Lewis! My carriage! Shall we? This way. Oh, you don't expect me to go alone, do you?
Let's say we work together.
Take the reins.
Indeed, Aura.
Driver, to St. Pancras. And don't spare the horses.
I thought you and Starrick would be fighting for the same ends. What happened?
Ah, you know, he required my services to train his gang leaders, but the man is dreadful.
You don't say.
Freedom, Jacob. Stealing that is far more than a sin. It denies us our humanity.
Right you are. And St. Pancras will ease our suffering?
The station contains a large shipment of explosives to be dispatched to Starrick and Co.
And you intend to steal it?
What? No! I intend to blow it up! Yes, this will do nicely.
Unfortunately, Jacob will agree with anyone who compliments him like that. Yeah, that's definitely a weakness of him, you know. But when people compliment his efforts, you know, he's very easy to be manipulated, I guess. Or used. With Per either way, it happened in a similar fashion, I guess. But yeah, I guess it also makes sense for him as a character, since he gets a lot of like criticism from those who stand near to him. Like, you know, Evie or his father. So, I guess that's why he kind of like latches on compliments towards him a little bit more. But yeah, definitely makes him easy to manipulate sometimes.
That's a girl. Whoa now!
There's a train parked inside St. Pancras.
Then I'm to do away with Starrick's merchandise, leaving chaos in my wake?
Why not, Jacob? Why not? As we speak, the up train is headed towards us. That may help you enter the station unseen.
As long as it remains on the tracks.
I'd say good luck, but you don't need it. I shall make certain any reinforcements from Starrick are kept away from the station.
So you gotta use a moving train here to get inside for the full sync. Also gives us a good hiding opportunity, and we can already scout the area.
All right, let's load her up, boyos. Careful with those. We don't want any broken bones tonight.
Okay, now we gotta destroy all the dynamite by igniting it. So we can't just shoot it.
He's sodding hard.
Someday, you blighters will understand that I'm doing this for your own good.
I think that flaw made it hard for you to empathize with Jacob, because he keeps going along with people who screw him over just because they tell him what he wants to hear. And it happens like several times. It does, yeah. But I think it's good that after this sequence, you know, it definitely takes the lesson more to heart. And you can definitely see, I think, also in Jack the Ripper, that he's definitely grown, I think, from his mistakes as well. But yeah, I definitely get it for the main game, you know. Feeling that way with Jacob can be a bit frustrating.
We'd have been better off if we had these explosives months ago.
This bizarre. The governor took a few bob on a wink.
Two down. Be ashamed to stop now.
And this character development occurs so late in the main story. Yeah, that too. Definitely is quite a late occurrence.
One shipment left.
I like that one crate's just like flying in the air there.
Now to find somebody to drive this hunk of metal.
And I love the train station so much. Just such a fun playground for parkour and stuff alike. Love how multi-layered it is, you know, like going both in the underground and into the height. Also, it's definitely an area that really shines of a rope launcher, I think, where it feels natural using it a bit more.
Off me! What do you think you're up to?
Hush now, please.
Do be quiet, sir. No need to make a fuss. What do you want from me? I just need you to keep the engine stoked. All right, I'll help you. Don't hurt me.
Think of me as another passenger. I just happen to have a rather large blade pointed at your back.
You didn't do the DLCs, you didn't see the later changes in him. Ah, I gotcha. It's not like it's like overly shown or explained, because Jacob is still absent for most of the Jack the Ripper DLC. Because you're only playing Evie in that one. Or at least primarily Evie. But yeah, you can definitely tell still in the scenes where you can see him that he's grown quite a bit.
Would you be so kind as to get up some steam?
Jacob with a hood in the cutscene. Amazing.
Splendid! Starrick will be on his knees in no time. My hat is off to you. Apologies, I must run. Do come see me again.
Bit of an Easter egg there on the train, but that was the number 1191, which is the same year that AC1 is taking place.
No good operation. You mark my words.
Good to see you again, sir.
I'll take it.
Easy, let's not do anything rash.
Whoa, easy!
Triple theft. Jacob and Roth strive to capture 3 of Starrick's associates in an effort to snatch away his control over the burrow.
Jacob. He is beautiful, isn't he? I planned a perfect second outing for us.
Have you?
There's borrowing to be done. 3 of Starrick's henchmen are about to disappear.
Oh, you sly devil.
Oh, and I'm coming along this time. There is no sense in giving you all the glory. Off to my carriage we go. Lewis!
Yeah, that bird is gonna be quite important later, actually. At least in the storyline.
You drive.
It's a bit symbolic for the relationship between Jacob and Roth. So for this mission we can't kill anyone inside the target's locations. And we can't let the target escape from being kidnapped once. So that's quite difficult.
Fools under Starrick have built their own prisons. It's a dreadful waste.
They could be building gangs instead.
No. Why build when you can ebb and flow like the sea? I would not aim to pin them down.
Oh, you wouldn't, would you? What about your bird?
It's not building anything. It just is, my dear.
And hey Verot, welcome in Senny.
Steady on.
Thank you for the raid, and welcome in Raiders. Hey Havon, Lucinda, welcome in. Hey Verot. How was the rest of your Alan Wake stream? I hope you had a good time. And yeah, it's going pretty good. Decided to give us yet another day for AC Syndicate.
Why does Starrick interest himself with
Currently in sequence 8, so doing the Roth missions. But yeah, definitely getting ever closer to the ending here of the main story.
He's hired a fiendishly talented woman, one Hattie Cadwallader, to procure works for him. She has excellent taste.
We're kidnapping her for the sin of being Starrick's collector.
Oh, my dear, no. We are kidnapping her not because she loves art, but because she finances Starrick's enterprises by selling it. One must never mix art and money.
Wait for me with the carriage. I'll pay her a visit.
Splendid. Be careful, my dear. When a deal falls through, Miss Cadwallader tends to poison future sales.
But it was great, thanks. You finished the game. It was awesome to replay it yet again. So next Thursday you'll be playing Control. Nice progress, and thanks for a shoutout. That's no worries at all, dude. More than happy to give you one. And that's awesome. Congratulations on finishing the game. And yeah, I bet like that game looks really cool with the whole atmosphere, the storytelling. Definitely looking forward to play it eventually as well. But yeah, just want to give 2 shoutouts here. One to Rod, who just raided. For anybody who hasn't gotten to check out his channel yet. He's also a massive fan of Assassin's Creed, so playing those games regularly on his channel, usually on the weekends. Currently with AC Revelations. And yeah, you can also catch him play other games like Alan Wake, of course, GTA, Red Dead Redemption, Tomb Raider, Watch Dogs, and loads of others, so definitely check that out if you haven't yet. And also check out Lucinda's channel. She's currently doing a Resident Evil marathon, playing most of the games in the series. So currently she's working on Resident Evil Revelations, and yeah, playing all kinds of other games for that series as well. Also a big fan of like first person shooters and survivor games, so yeah, check out that as well. You got a lurk today, got some errands to run. No worries at all, Lucinda. Thank you for the lurk, and I hope the errands go well. And yeah, we will catch you very soon.
Slow down now. Keep moving. Bring your carriage around and wait for the cargo. I shan't be very long. Someone around here must know Miss Hattie Cadwallader.
I'm looking for Miss Hattie Cadwallader.
Ain't seen her. I knows what she's been up to, though.
And what's that?
Friggin' art, sir. She pinched a statue not far from here.
So I believe we actually have some database entry here for Maxwell Roth. Although there's no record of Maxwell Roth's existence, there's a story he likes to tell. He tells the tale of a boy named Oberon, who was born and raised by loving parents who acted in a traveling theater troupe. Here the boy learned to sing, dance, recite Shakespeare, and chant the masses. But times were tough on the nomadic thespians, and they turned instead to a life of crime in an attempt to make ends meet, thieving and defrauding between performances. With her reputation worsening as time went on and the emotional toll of an illegal lifestyle robbing them of a passion, the close-knit group soon disbanded and parted ways. This broke the young Oberon's heart, though it fills mine with joy because I bloody hate nomadic thespians. In a vain attempt to console the boy, his parents assured him that there is always a reason for everything, and moved with him to London. Unfortunately, even there they found themselves haunted by the ghosts of the past, and thus unable to find steady work. Instead, the family lived on the streets, the boy in and out of workhouse. Wistfully regarding rich families from afar, Oberon would often complain to his parents that life wasn't fair, and again they told him that there was a reason for everything. One day he had enough. In an attempt to recapture the happiness he recalled from his days in the troupe, he assumed the name of Maxwell Roth and ran away to join the circus in whatever capacity they would allow. Under the big top he excelled, learning everything from acrobatics to boxing to sleight of hand. When this new life went the way of a former, Maxwell did not let his failure get him down. Instead, he returned to London and set out to apply his skills to the criminal underworld. As the years went on, Roth was in and out of prison, worked numerous jobs from street cleaner to gun for hire, and gained a reputation as an extraordinary but dangerously uncontrollable bare-knuckle boxer. Quite the CV so far. In his most emotionally charged moments, no other boxer could bring him down. Within a few years, his deadly combination of brains and brawn saw his network expand, and his infamy grow. Some men worked for him, others simply owed him money, but all feared him. It is perhaps unsurprising then that he was soon sought out by the Templar Grandmaster Crawford Sterrick. Sterrick offered Roth an incredible sum for his expertise and assigned him the training of 7 powerful soldiers that could lead a mighty gang and dominate the streets of London. Now a rich man, Roth bought and refurbished a burned-out theatre in the Strand, what is now called the Alhambra Music Hall. Roth made this his base of operations, all the while maintaining a legitimate facade by funding shows for the public to enjoy. As his time under Sterrick's employment moves ever forward, Roth grows increasingly frustrated at Sterrick's control over his life. But he has learned to hope for a future out of Sterrick's grasp, knowing there may not be a reason for everything. And hey Vamola, no worries, thank you for being here. Hey Vesekat, welcome in. Seems like a good type of guy. Yeah, definitely. He doesn't look villainous, or seem like that with his background. Hey Vitalian, good mornings. Welcome in, dude.
The statue must be around here somewhere. Hey, Smalley. Know anything about what happened here?
I saw he pinched it, sir.
Miss Cadwallader?
She hides down the sewers, sir.
Of course it's sewers. Why the bloody sewers?
Okay, so we can't kill anybody in this occasion. We can, however, knock them out.
Blast it, lost him!
Against themselves conspire, and
That crazy crow boy is here!
Oh, fuck me. I couldn't kidnap him. For some reason. How can't I kidnap her? It's ridiculous. Game is like you can't kidnap anybody. Come on. Okay, there we go.
Tell Mr. Starrick his next delivery's on its way. And tell him too that I'm growing tired of these working conditions.
Wasn't Starrick who sent me.
Then who?
Maxwell Roth sent his regards.
Yeah, let's just chill here for a sec. Wait for them to pass by.
There's too much riffraff in this city these days. Come on now, assassin. I might let you live.
Okay, is he gonna go further than over there? If it works, we can just go past here. Okay. Second, because game devs love sewers. I mean, definitely. Why is it always the sewers? Because the game devs just couldn't get any more creative.
What's happening over there?
Looks like trouble.
What's all that argy-bargy about?
What's all that archie-barchie about then? Gotta be careful here that there's like no police guys or blighters nearby. Otherwise you might get detected and then we will fail one of the objectives.
Why, Miss Cadwallader, what a pleasant surprise.
You'll be hearing from Mr. Starrick, Roth.
Ha! I look forward to it.
Why the Alhambra?
Every good criminal needs a place to invest his ill-gotten gains. And what's better than distracting the world with a little light entertainment while you do so?
Oh, come now. You can't tell me you don't enjoy the triumph of a well-received play. The plaudits and praise, the reviews.
I enjoy being entertained, Jacob. If one of the productions pleases me, I am over the moon. The theater is in my blood, as you so astutely discerned. Ah, the park. The dwelling place of Starrick's head of security, one Benjamin Raffles. Those who cross him tend to disappear without warning.
Sounds like we'll be fast friends.
Be careful. His guards are never far away.
Steady on.
Right, this one is a bit trickier here, because this area is quite open and full of guards. Good thing for us, we have a notoriety skill, so these batters won't actually attack us right away. They don't see us kidnapping this guy. So that works.
What's the meaning of this? Did Rob send you? The villain!
You have your villains mixed up, Mr. Raffles. The man you work for is the real villain here.
Now we gotta use the timing to go on one of these side alleys, and then we should be safe, basically. It took me a while to figure out the first time I tried to do full sync. Just really got stuck at this place. But yeah, I found this to be one of the most effective ways of doing this.
What's happening here?
My most fragrant Raffles. How very good to see you again.
Get to hell, Roth.
It's into the back with you, then.
Who is this Lewis that works for you?
Ha! A bit of an odd fish, isn't he? Came to me a few years past.
He's very solemn.
But always so polite. And he has many other talents.
Who am I looking for?
Chester Swinehorn. A copper by day and snitch by night. Remove him from the pack, and you cut Starrick's ties to the police force.
Must be good at what he does to keep the charade going for so long.
He is indeed, dear boy.
All these bobbies give me goose flesh.
Welcome to Scotland Yard.
Well then. That horse is talented, walking backwards with a carriage behind him. I mean, it's some proper horsepower.
Huh? What?
Now, Swineborn. Let's not make a scene.
You're not going to get away with this.
Oh, but I am.
Where are you taking me?
A friend would like to say a quick how do you do.
Have a German name. I see. It's really as simple as that.
Shouldn't you be at home?
What's going on?
I wonder what all the argy-bargy's about.
All the argy-bargies. It is a bit trickier to get out of here. Yes, you can use this side over here. Then it's a very long way around the area. Jesus Christ. I almost got detected there. I was thinking like, okay, that's kind of open space, maybe it's guarded, so I was like holding on for a second there, just in case. And yeah, if I would have just run forward, I would have been detected and we would have failed the mission. I'd have to do at least the last part again. So glad that didn't happen. Hey the Maxi, welcome into it.
It's been a while.
You've really let yourself go. Shame. Now, it's into the back with you.
Alright, there we go. Both objectives done. Yeah, this is probably one of the most tricky objectives to complete. Like both of them. So I'm glad we got that first time here. Also be a bit bothersome to deal with.
Who's a good horse? You are.
Whoa there. Excellent work. Do come find me at the Alhambra. I have more amusements planned for us.
Nice. And yeah, it's going good, Maxi. Having a nice day. How about you? How are you doing?
Excellent choice. Hope to see you again.
No, well, thanks. Unfortunately, it's a tough day for you, but still going strong. Ah, damn. That's good. I'm glad, you know, you don't let that drag you down or something. What's next after AC Syndicate? So after Syndicate, we will be playing AC Chronicles Russia. Then we're gonna be watching the AC movie on Twitch and Discord together. And yeah, then we will be jumping into AC Odyssey. Because those ancient games, or I guess older time period games in the AC series, I want to play also in order of history. So we're gonna be starting with Odyssey and then end with Valhalla. Compare Origins in between. Yeah, definitely gonna be good variety, for sure. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to end Syndicate though, because we've been playing it for a while. And yeah, I'm ready for something new again. But yeah, we still gotta do the DLC though for Syndicate, the Jack Ripper one, and then also the World War I Rift, which I wanna be playing before we dive into Chronicles Russia. Fun and games. Jacob and Rolf plan to sow some chaos by blowing up one of Starrick's factories.
Ah! This way, my dear. I've something to show you. Hop in.
Where are we going?
One of Starrick's workshops, where they build weapons for his army. When the world is full of nasty things, we must tear those things apart. A man like Starrick builds a world around his own desires. So we lose the ability to dream for ourselves. Therefore, we must...
strike.
Precisely. No matter the cost. Every second of hesitation allows Starrick time to build.
You know, there's a setup in Xbox One X is also set up, although you had an error on the Xbox and I had to attempt to factory reset it 4 times. Damn. But man, Xbox One X is one sexy looking console. That's good, dude. So I guess that you now have figured out how to reset it and everything is working fine. Because there will be a bit bothersome as well, you know, having to deal with that just after getting the console. To an offline factory set using a USB stick. I gotcha. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you figured it out. And everything is working fine. Time for some Forza Horizon then, I reckon.
What a funk in you.
You must see the potential, dear Jacob. This workshop is one of Starrick's. Set the dynamite and let's blow it to atoms. Together.
Do not kill anyone by placing the explosives. Well then. I think I'm still gonna try to knock out these snipers. Don't know Forza 4 or 5 and Quantum Break, but haven't played them yet since it was bedtime by then. I gotcha, dude. Yeah, that's fair enough. One thing that's great about having an Xbox One is the fact that you get access to Forza Horizon 3 way easier. Because you can get a used copy, like physically, for kinda cheap. Whereas if you want to get Forza Horizon 3 on PC, that's like super tricky because it's been delisted from the store and it's only available digitally. So yeah, to get it on PC you gotta buy a key for like $40 or something. It's insane. Because of like how limited it is. But yeah, on Forza 3 Xbox One edition that's not an issue. At least. also have Forza 3 digitally. Oh, dude, that's great. I wish I had that too, because I was like doing so much research in past days of like how to get it. But yeah, it's like really tricky. You can buy like accounts apparently on eBay which have that unlocked, and then it's a kind of account sharing. But that's like too fishy for my taste, because you know, they could just like take away the account at any time, I reckon. And yeah, if you wanna find like a key, you don't really find it for much lower than 40, which I think is just way too much for a game that old. Oh fuck.
That's one.
Where did he come from?
I won't lose you this time!
No silly Sally! Just do!
Ready to shoot, Cliff!
That's the idea.
Get back in, boy!
The issue is here that I can't kill anybody.
There.
But yeah, fortunately we have smoke bombs, so that helps.
Set.
Right, one more to go.
The hairs on my neck are standing up.
I'm heading back. You lot do what you want.
We seize power.
Right, it works. No worries at all, Maxi. Thanks for the lurk, dude. And yeah, I talk to you later.
And done. All rigged up.
Perfect. Let's put our plan into action. Stand back. Ready?
Wait!
Whatever for?
There are children in there.
Jacob, my dear. Starrick uses child labor to manufacture goods. We must put an end to his production line.
But not like this.
Why not? I can do whatever I damn well please. Soon, you will understand what it is to be free, as I am. Light 'em up, boys! No! What the hell are you doing?
We're not playing games anymore, Roth!
No, we're not.
Yes, your shift is over early. How nice. Now out you go.
And yeah, I think that's really the point where it really shows his character evolution, you know? Like, Yeah, Jacob is a very coded character, but he wouldn't go as far as, like, you know, like killing his children or something. And yeah, when it comes to like protecting the innocent, you know, he still acts according to the assassins. Why did you trust this medic in the first place? Yeah, I guess because it's kind of like latching to attention, I guess, or like compliments towards him. And Roth being like the, you know, kind of like same position as he is, like as a gang leader of the opposing gang. You know, did make him a lot of compliments. So kind of like, you know, went with it. Also the fact that Starrick was a united enemy for a while at least.
A gift, sir, from Mr. Roth. You should be warned, Mr. Fry, that when Roth is angry with one, he generally brings suffering to many.
My dearest Jacob, alas, it seems our adventures together have come to a close. Although our time together was brief, it's left a lasting mark. I wish you well in all your future endeavors. Cordially, Maxwell. Postscriptum. I'm putting on a show this evening. All of London will be there. Enclosed, please find your invitation.
What a bastard. Killed the bird. Yeah, it's time to end him. Let's do this.
Someone help! Stop that thief! Someone help me!
Where did he get the dead birds that fast? I mean, that's a good question. Definitely happened, you know, pretty instantaneously there. That he got the bird to be delivered. And also the letter written. It's like on a speedrun or something. The final act. Jacob must locate Maxwell Roth in the Alhambra Music Hall and assassinate him.
This way to the Alhambra!
Roth.
Right, so we got the stealth opportunity with the Usher, the waitress as an assistance opportunity, and the unique kill with the machinist.
I believe that should help you greatly. Indeed, sir.
The stage is set and the main character is poised for the assassination, and in the end it will be curtains for Roth. Indeed.
Oh, Lizzie, do tell me where I can find one of those elegant pieces for myself.
Yeah, the stage is set.
Please.
Yasha offers easy entrance into the theater, find a mask and join the group.
The doors will open shortly.
So we could loot this guy's mask here.
Yeah.
Gives me a bit of a carnival vibe in EC2. Mask ball.
May I ask the masked guests to line up over here, please? The doors will open shortly. Let us enter the theatre for tonight's performance.
Just need to find some harlequins to annoy.
Everyone ready? Then let's proceed.
Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Alhambra Music Hall. Tonight we have, for one night only, a very special performance of Corvus the Trickster. While some of the effects may be visceral and highly disturbing, do not be alarmed, my good people. Fear not. This is a purest form of entertainment. Tonight's performance immortalizes and is for the benefit of a young fellow very near and dear to my heart. Any concerns or complaints may be addressed to him. Jacob, dear boy, tonight is for you.
Oh, that's too kind, there. But yeah, as you can see, there's actually some Easter eggs to find here as well. Got some posters for the theater group. One is the Ballad of the Buccaneers with, you know, Blackbeard, Kid, and also, of course, somebody who looks very similar to Edward Kenway. So that's, of course, a reference to Black Flag. And then we also have this poster of Ezio with the Duomo in the background, which is, of course, Florence. And the woman in the picture is most likely Christina.
I'll be serving you this evening, gentlemen.
You're still here, love? Last time, I swear, you nearly poisoned us.
Scene 2, stand by!
Let me out! I need to lower the grip for the show!
Two porters and a ginger ale, if you please.
Right you are.
Indeed. A happy Ezio, the young one. Poisoning opportunity, get close to her pitcher.
Godforsaken job.
Let's take care of it first. Let's also identify the machinist. Unlocks a unique kill. The machinist manages the rafters above the stage.
We have a volunteer. A big round of applause for this brave, brave man. Our volunteer is about to die for you, Jacob.
The other thing we can't do here is we can't...
Are about to witness this gentleman being fired upon at point-blank range. Our performer will hit several targets placed around his head. Exciting, is it not?
want to speak to her before she talks to these guys.
Cheers, love.
But we couldn't.
Not in your lifetime.
Bring us another round.
Good, isn't it? But you best be paying, chap.
We British are a hardy bunch. Let's put that hardiness to the test.
You gotta wait for her to come back here.
Excuse me, love. Just looking for the lavatory.
Who's over there?
Thanks.
Right, that takes care of that. So now she's going to go ahead and poison both these targets up here.
What a thrill! Do not fret, my friends. It's all part of the show. Please stay with us as we prepare for the next turn.
Oh, we can take care of decoys down here.
Are your principles drifting, dear?
If he's not Roth...
Leaves a strange taste in your mouth, doesn't it? Like eating pork when expecting venison.
Okay, so she's on her way to the second guy as well here. Just gotta be patient.
The flavor in
And hey Ronnie, welcome in, dude.
the hunt, now a search for want rather than need.
The drinks in that place would be to die for. Definitely. It's gonna be the last drink you want to drink in your life. And it will be.
Push him, stay on his back!
More trouble from the rabble, I expect.
We found a suitably flat-headed gentleman for this one. You laugh, ladies and gentlemen, but I assure you that is the case.
Let's move on, shall we?
I have no doubt that you could hazard a guess as to what this one concerns, my friends.
This is outright uncouth. We live in a civilized society, you know.
I just had these How courageous.
Target should be dead soon here.
Where is he?
Roth!
The
Show
search
yourself!
consumed. Watering. I hope you have enjoyed your evening so far, ladies and gentlemen. I know I have. Now, before our final act, I would like to toast all you brave people who joined us tonight to celebrate life and death. Go on! Toast them! Your move, Jacob, my dear! Burn! 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 Join me for the finale! Don't hide from me, darling!
Okay, let's go ahead and free the machinists here so we can still get the unique kill.
That's a daisy. Tom, watch it.
Don't hide from me, darling!
Alright, there we go.
Darling, what a night. The stuff of legends.
Why did you do it? All of it.
What? Snap a baby crow's neck between my thumb and forefinger. Slice to bits the ones you deem innocent. Keep the world in its divine, manic state. For the same reason, I'd do anything. Why not?
Indeed. Wasted this fella here.
This place from hell to Hackney.
Alright, let's get out of here. Gotta escape in less than 90 seconds.
I'll never make it out alive.
Thanks for mission pass, dude. Oh, that's a cool idea, Ronnie. Yeah, that would be cool to see you like stream from the UK as well. Showcase, you know, where you are and stuff.
Order has bred disorder. The sea rises to flood the pubs and extinguish the street lamps. Our city will die. Tupene has failed. Lucy has failed. Brudnell, Elliotson, Pearl. All have gone into the night. It is up to me now. The assassins have brought nature's fury into our homes. Men have become monsters, barreling toward us, teeth out. Our civilization must survive this onslaught. To prevent a return of the Dark Ages, I will start anew. London must be reborn.
The Peace of Eden is under Buckingham Palace. We've got all we need. Let's start planning our infiltration.
Hold on, better to get visual verification. If we're gonna move, we need to be 100% sure. We'll only get one shot before Otso Berg crashes down on us.
Gotta agree with Sean.
We'll position ourselves near the palace, but we'll wait for you to sync the genetic data before we move.
It's all up to you, Initiate.
I feel so important. It's all up to us. Crawford Melodramatic Starrick. Yeah, that's his middle name.
You're late. Starrick is making his move. The Piece of Eden is somewhere inside Buckingham Palace.
Let him have it.
I've seen your handiwork across the city. Perhaps you should trust my judgment.
I've been killing Starrick's henchmen. What have you been doing? Let's ask Henry, shall we?
I have been repairing your mistakes. Too much haste is too little speed.
Don't you quote Father at me.
That's Plato. And I am sorry this doesn't involve anything you can destroy. Father was right, he never approved of your methods.
Father is dead!
Enough! I have just received word from my spies. At the palace ball tonight, Starrick plans to steal the Piece of Eden, and then eliminate all the heads of church and state.
Once more for old time's sake?
And then we're finished.
Agreed. So what's the plan?
Such an unexpected delight to visit you both. What is the news on the street?
Mrs. Disraeli, we have discovered that there is something inside Buckingham Palace that could threaten the...
What my sister's failing to say is that we require entrance into the ball tonight.
Impossible! Even if there were any invitation cards remaining, which there are not, someone of your lowly station...
If that damn fool Gladstone is attending this evening, they can have my card.
Perfect. Then I'll go alone.
Mrs. Disraeli, if you would be kind enough to inform my darling brother of the location of the Gladstones' residence, perhaps he could use his considerable skills to commandeer their cards.
What fun! Did you hear that, Dizzy? We're going to pinch the Gladstones' invitations.
Thank you for volunteering me, sweet sister.
Oh, a pleasure, brother, dearest. Now, Mrs. Disraeli, if you would excuse me, I must visit with the Maharaja. It occurs to me that he may have a second set of plans to a certain vault.
The nerve of Evie. Treating me like a child. A letter? For me?
Is it just me or am I missing an outfit? Shouldn't I be having the creature's rags or something? As an outfit for Jacob? But this one's pretty cool as well. I just can't... I can craft it. The Maximum Dracula. Few outfits are as imposing or as regal, truly the mark of a man at the height of his power. Yeah, let's use this for a little bit. So you didn't destroy the facility at the start, Evie. Yeah, it's kind of funny how she's just like constantly bashing Jacob for things he also hasn't, you know, really caused, like fixing mistakes he hasn't done, like, you know, crashing the economy. He didn't do that. And yeah, at the same time, she's also not, you know, taking responsibility for her mistakes as well, right? And I mean, if you really look at it, like, Jacob did a lot more to liberate London from the Templars. Like, he killed more of the Templar targets. And he also was more concerned about getting rid of a blighter influence, whereas Evie was more focused on the Piece of Eden. And Henry Green, let's be honest. A lot of her story is just like flirting with Henry Green. So, yeah. She also comes across a bit of a smartass when she says, "That's Plato I quoted, it wasn't father." Because the quote is basically something that his father has been saying to Jacob as well. So even though it's a Plato quote, it's something that the father very well said to Jacob. Or would have said. So yeah, she comes across as a bit righteous there. used to our Florley station was the worst inside of a time. Yeah. It's like you can't get access to the ball with your Lowly station. Yeah, honestly, I'm not taking this code too much. I don't like how stiff it looks. Let's go back to the Outdoorsman outfit. Is that guy Benjamin Disraeli? It was, yeah. Yeah, that was the Disraelis right there. You hated the boss so much. Sneaking around the palace was a nightmare. Yeah, it can be a bit tricky, especially with Evie in the dress and everything. The writer's really fucked up with her. She's written poorly and pushed aside, but she's get the easy outfit, which is normally given to the main hero. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a dissonance, I feel, happening as well. Bit of a shame. But yeah, she definitely should have gotten more screen time, I guess.
Today's your lucky day. Atta girl. What news you got? Taken the invitations with them.
Whoops.
You wouldn't happen to have seen two carriages pass by here just now?
I did so. One with a man in it, the other with a woman. They split up.
Where did the man go?
That way.
Thank you.
That's the way.
Why don't we pick off a few blighters? Come with me. I have a job for you. Steady on. the right track. Easy, girl. Easy. Walk on, girl. A private party event. Don't mind if I do. We're done here.
I'm your man if you need me. Mr. Fry, the bag is still with us.
A party? For me?
Mr. Gladstone must be shielded at all costs.
So we can't kill any policemen here.
Where's he from then?
Oh, come on. Why the fuck can I not kidnap this guy? Like, I even had the freaking pop-up like a millisecond before, and I spammed the button. The game is just like, nope. Can't do that.
Stop! Stop right there! I've no time for pests. Stop him!
Maybe I haven't been quite as delicate as I could have been. But still.
Delicate. Yeah, I think that's what's been missing, Jacob. Hey there, Viewer. Welcome in, dude. It's going good. We're currently on to the last sequence here in Syndicate. So yeah, not too long until we will be finishing with the main story here.
Mrs. Gladstone's under guard. Better be cautious. Better wait until she's alone.
Now is my chance.
Yeah, nobody's seen that.
One should not attend the Queen's ball without making a proper entrance.
I came here with a raid if you are. Amazing. Luxurial.
Now for the invitations. What's this? Swords must be left at the door by order of the Queen.
Yes, apparently we can't damage the carriage here. So you gotta drive extra careful.
Who's a good horse? You are. Let's go. Doing fine, girl. That's the way.
Great position, Getter.
High precision. Nice landing there, Jacob. Dress to impress. Jacob meets Apolline to discuss getting weapons into the ball. There's the Master of Disguise again. Here you really got sidetracked doing collectibles in Valhalla last night, wandering into Oyvershire and Jorvik, even though you still have a questline in Nottinghamshire to finish still. It's definitely fair, dude. Doesn't hurt doing some of that in advance already. So you can focus more on the main story when you come to those regions.
Quite a carriage you got there. Where did you buy it, if you don't mind me asking?
Ask all you want, Freddy. You'll never get an answer.
Damn it all. Was it my eyebrows?
Yes, and your face, voice, and body. Look, I've got an invitation to the Queen's ball tonight.
How did you come by that?
Freddy, there's to be an attack on the ball. I need to smuggle some weapons inside to prevent it.
Supposing I believe you. Only the Royal Guard carries weapons.
So?
Too easy.
For God's sake, Freddy.
Fine. I require a guard's uniform.
Done. I knew you'd come through.
Just promise me, Jacob, that you will return Mr. Gladstone's coach.
Of course.
Yeah, well, from once I also like with Jacob quite a bit. It's kind of ridiculous that Apolline thinks he's actually being stealth. Yeah, that's a proper way to be stealth, Sean. You know, just use an RPG and kill everybody, so nobody lives to tell the tale. That's how you do stealth. Okay, so again we can't kill anybody. If you notice, then all of the missions recently with Jacob had something like don't kill anybody in them as an optional objective. Which definitely is an indication that he's respecting the creed way more now late into the game here. So many guards around here. Oh, that's a good opportunity here.
Fetch him out!
Charming. Now to hide the body.
Right now I have to hide the body in the carriage now. That's not ideal. It'd be easier if I could just I would have kidnapped him instead and went outside. Because I still can't kill anybody, I gotta go outside here. Ugh, that's annoying.
Alarm! Get him! He's not supposed to be here!
Oh fuck.
I see the little tyke!
Careful, he fights dirty.
That's just lovely! Think you can escape me?
Why is he not reacting to my freaking smoke bomb? Okay, fuck it, I'm gonna restart the last checkpoint and we're gonna kidnap him instead to go out of here. Because that's how it's supposed to be done. Because it's just ridiculous carrying the body out of there without being able to kill anybody. nobody finds it suspicious here. Okay, there's a carriage over there, so we can just knock him out right next to it. And then we should be good to hive a body, I reckon.
What the hell is that? I really should be going.
Charming.
Exactly, Rod. It's all just a mix-up, you know. Like, we just got drunk last night. As you do.
Freddy, here I come. Walk on, girl. One uniform as requested.
It's still warm.
My gift to you?
I will meet you on the roof of Buckingham Palace.
You're such a romantic.
His face. Appellines and Jacob's relationship is definitely quite funny at times, to say the least. Alrighty, 2 more missions to go. One for Evie, and then a split one between the two. Let's do it.
Come on, you'll feel my fist if you keep on your face.
Hey, the Beyond, welcome in, dude. Thanks for the lurk.
That's a girl. Steady on. Slow down now.
Okay, let's actually also change the outfit for Evie here. I don't want to be using VE's outfit
Right position,
for
get it.
these last missions here. Instead, let's go for the Master Assassin outfit. And cape-wise, we go for the Count's Cloak here. Also upgrade that. Okay, that's fine. Let's give her the Light and Dark Cane Sword. Okay, that works. It's also interesting how he's portrayed in the main game versus 20 years later during the Jack the Ripper murderers. You're glad that they didn't keep him and Jacob with the same lightheadedness of the main game. It helps make it match the tone and feeling of the DLC. Definitely. And also tells you how serious the situation is, you know, given that those two aren't really down to joke a lot or anything like that, you know. So I definitely agreed on that as well. Family politics. Evie visits to Deep Sing to learn if a second sect of Buckingham plans exists.
Delighted to see you again, Miss Fry.
Your Highness, the plans detailing the renovations to Buckingham Palace have gone astray.
I suppose you will have to make do with the copies.
There are copies? Where?
Not so fast. First, I have a matter of some urgency. Carrying out my plan would require stealth and speed, qualities I know you possess.
Time is of the essence, Your Highness.
Then make this quick, my dear. The most influential men in Parliament remain beyond my reach. But these very men have sent for carriages to prepare for the ball tonight. Acquire an official carriage, and we shall drive the politicians to their destinations. Along the way, I will meet with them. And afterward, I shall tell you where to find the plans.
You're a shrewd negotiator.
One must be when one is so often underestimated.
Don't allow personal feelings to compromise the mission. What a mistake.
Right, so you gotta steal a carriage without entering the courtyard, which is definitely the tricky part here. And we can't let the royal carriage condition drop below 50% as well. So one thing to get one of the carriages out of there is to throw a smoke bomb and wait for it to get outside. But until then, basically can't enter the courtyard, and it might crash into the walls and stuff, which will damage it. Okay, let's try that. Other carriage would try to escape here. But yeah, you see how well that works, the automatic pathfinding there. Now it's like damaging itself already quite a lot. Okay, it worked. Jesus Christ. Come on. What's the condition here? Okay, still pretty good with the health. So we should be fine for this mission. Nice plan to tell about the plans. Copy. For me. A nice SOP. Next time you do a night only challenge with this game, you think you make a tighter route to it. Yeah, dude, especially for Eevee, you know, like having 30 and them dealing like so much damage as well is just insane.
Shall we lobby our cause, Miss Fry?
Definitely makes the stealth a lot easier.
Belgrave Square.
I mean, they're like so much better than the Phantom Blades as well in Unity. You wanna hop on here? Come on, dude. Don't bug out on me now. Okay, that worked somehow. Just teleported into the carriage.
Go on.
But the fact that you don't even have to reload the knives like you have the Phantom Blade and stuff, it's just... and the damage it deals, I guess, eventually. It's just insane.
My son is anticipating my arrival. Walk on, girl.
What is he doing? Is he also gonna teleport into the carriage?
Welcome, sir.
Your Highness, what a surprise.
Is life not about embracing the unexpected? I shall take but a few moments of your time. A matter of utmost importance must be discussed. When the Commonwealth seized the Punjab from my people...
It was not a seizure, but a rightful transaction.
Britain promised to protect me. By robbing me of my kingdom, Parliament acted in violation of the treaty signed with my family. Here, read it.
I was not aware.
Read. That is all I ask. You are one of the few in a position to help.
I will do what I can.
Thank you, sir.
But that's true. One of the harder parts was memory at the bar at the palace, because there's no shops nearby that you can reach without going past the desync zone. I can imagine, yeah, that would be quite tricky if you can't refill them. So I guess you'd have to resort to looting instead. Yeah, really high-tech aura. Just like teleport people
Trust you and your
out of
son
it.
will enjoy the ball this evening.
He is newly returned from Delhi. I will share what we have discussed. It is most disconcerting.
That proved quite valuable.
Where to now?
St. James's Park. I noticed Mr. Green did not accompany you.
He has other things to attend to.
Ah, a pity. You two seem to get along nicely.
Well, that was a problem, you see. One must not allow personal feelings to compromise one's mission.
That sounds like a quotation.
It is. From my father.
Ethan Fry.
You knew him?
No, unfortunately. But Mr. Green spoke of him. He sounded like an extraordinary man.
He was, Your Highness.
And your mother as well, Cecily Fry. She and your father were partners, inseparable. The only duo that came close to challenging Mr. Starrick. And very much in love, at least from the small amount I have been told.
Cecily. I wish I could have met her.
From what Mr. Green gathered, you share much in common. Your intelligence, for one.
Father never spoke of her. What would Mr. Green know? He was only a boy when he trained with my father.
Children can be quite perceptive, Miss Fry.
Was the building always randomly on fire in this mission, but never mentioned by either character? I mean, that's scripted, right? That whole fire. There's also like more happening, like a bit of like chaos on the streets, also where like police is later chasing somebody and stuff. I think they made that so it shows like the chaos that is happening on London, also because of Jacob's actions. I think that's kind of the reason why they do all of it. But I think it's yeah, a bit odd. That's not mentioned or something, or addressed at all.
Come on.
To Parliament, please, on the double.
Yes, sir.
He's also gonna teleport into the carriage, right? Yeah, of course.
Good day, sir.
Why, what are you doing here, Your Highness?
I know how busy your days have been of late. A few moments of your time is all I require.
This is all rather unorthodox, but continue.
Britain was to protect me according to the treaty my family signed. Instead, she took my land. And now I hear Britain intends to strengthen her ties to India. Perhaps it is time to return the Punjab to her people.
The Queen has supplied you with an annual income for God knows how long, and now you bite the hand that feeds you?
It is not a matter of money. I cannot stand idle and watch my homeland subjected to the yoke of an outsider's rule. My people are treated as slaves. I will die poor 1,000 times over if only to see them free.
Your passion moves me, Your Highness. What would you have me do?
Take this copy of the wrongful treaty and defend my claim to the throne. Help disengage the Punjab from British rule.
I shall speak up, but I am only one voice. I cannot promise anything but a show of support.
That is more than enough. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, Your Highness. Good day, sir.
May God bless you. Only one more remains. To the Gladstone residence.
Do you miss India?
I remember that my mother smelled of cinnamon. And when she cradled me in her arms in the summer heat, I would hold so still that she fell asleep. When I lost my kingdom, it hurt. But truly, when they took my mother away, I saw her again 2 years before she died. The summer long since faded. I miss her. I miss India. I love India because I love my mother.
Will you ever return?
I have petitioned the government several times, but they withhold their permission. Do not be fooled by appearances, Miss Fry. I am in many ways a prisoner.
Perhaps we may work together more closely for your cause in the future.
I would like that very much, Miss Fry.
There you go.
To the Syndicate, straight away.
Extra! The Queen is receiving guests at a ball tonight.
Let me guess, he's also gonna teleport into the carriage?
Luminaries to attend ball at Buckingham Palace. Read all about it.
That's it, girl.
Good day, Mr. Gladstone.
Mr. Singh.
You are a hard man to pin down.
I know what this is about. Your parlor tricks have worn off. Her Majesty is tired of you. So now you come begging for scraps.
You wound me deeply, sir. My people deserve freedom. I am here to fight for them.
Why did you lose the Punjab? I shall tell you, Your Highness. You were outgunned, outmaneuvered, and simply outclassed. Yes, the Sikhs deserve freedom. I hope with British help and progress, they shall achieve it.
Then why do they cry out for their king?
Britain has a duty to bring about peace. It is an enormous responsibility, and I value your guidance and advice, along with that of Parliament. But it's our burden to rule India, and certainly not the duty of a forgotten leader who has not seen his country for 20 years. I apologize for being so frank, but one must not tell lies to a king.
Your honesty is most enlightening.
When I become Prime Minister, I intend to push for peace, but it will be a long and slow process. And I am afraid I can almost guarantee you will never see India again.
If my people are free, then my imprisonment shall be no burden.
Perhaps your idealism is real. Although, after observing the tigers wandering the grounds of your lush, expensive estate, forgive me for doubting it.
Savage. The real lineup's so nice here to teleport. Yeah, they know exactly where to stand for a successful beam transportation.
Go on. Well then.
Much luck, Your Highness, with your lobbying. I hope my advice has done some good.
Far more than your policies thus far. But I hold out hope that you will make progress. My people are counting on it. Thank you, Miss Fry, for forwarding my cause.
Oh, you are welcome. I hope some good comes of it, despite Mr. Gladstone's vitriol.
Those of us with the largest hearts protect them the most. Your father, for instance. From what I understand, he was extraordinarily sad. Broken, even, after your mother's passing. That kind of pain can blind us, cause us to say outlandish things to protect the ones we love. It's time you returned this carriage and recovered those plans. They are located in Buckingham Palace. The Queen keeps them among her personal papers in the White Drawing Room. I wish you a good evening, Miss Evie Fry.
And to you, Your Highness.
Good day, dear Miss Fry.
It's funny how history works. India did not want British rule at the time, and when they got their independence in 1947, they chose to be a part of the Commonwealth. Yeah, I guess like maybe they were also like so used to being also like dependent, I guess. But it's definitely a bit ironic. Tim Gladstone, how about you take a long walk off a shop here, huh? Yeah, he could. Nobody would miss him.
There you go. That's it. Those coppers won't believe their eyes.
Nice. And yeah, at least that's the last and final mission of the main story. Oh yeah. Before we do that though, I wanna go to a shopkeeper for sure. There's one right next to the viewpoint here. When you aren't allowed to actually develop an economy, you end up relying on the people who put you there. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit easier said than done, I guess, you know, dealing with your newly gotten independence if you have been dependent for such a long time. Okay, so shopkeeper's over there.
A letter? For me?
For me? Hey there, Eli. Welcome in.
Everything you need to survive the street.
Thanks for joining.
Present day now.
Alright, let's go off to a final mission. It's also good timing because after we end the main story, we'll also have to call it a stream. But yeah, next time we play Syndicate, we will basically play the epilogue of Syndicate with the Queen Victoria missions that only unlock post-main story. And then we also still have the last murder mystery, which I wanted to do once you meet the Queen, which also doesn't happen until you finish with the main story. But yeah, it's gonna be good to get to the end of the main story today, at least.
Get down here! I'm not finished!
A night to remember. Jacob and Evie must stop Crawford's Derek from attacking the ball, assassinate him, and gain control of a piece of Eden. I haven't, Sean. The longest I've ever done was like 14 or 15 hours. So I've never done a 24-hour stream before.
Of course he'd arrive in that.
Miss Fry?
Hand him your weapons. We must enter unarmed.
You look ravishing, Catherine. I swear we'll never like
Not in a million years, William.
Sir, madam, your card. I seem to have
Where is my card?
Go on in, sir, madam. Without cards.
Dear man, I'm soon to become Prime Minister. What in the blazes is our carriage doing here?
Did I hear something?
No, just the voices in your own head.
And yet, they are so much more pleasant than yours.
Charming.
Aren't I?
We've done like 5 of them, don't ever do it, it's shitty. Yeah, I don't know, I don't feel like I would have a good time streaming more than, I don't know, 18 hours or something. Or at least, you know, at least get my like regular sleep schedule. Like staying up for 24 hours is one thing, but
as you wish.
Streaming for that long is another, for sure.
I'm off to meet Freddy.
The plans are located in the White Drawing Room, which is most likely locked. The captain of the guard will have a key.
A key holder unlocks all doors. These captains each have a key to the White Drawing Room. So I can't do it directly in front of these guards here, so... What I can do, however, is...
Keep your mouth closed.
Kidnap them.
This will be over before you know it.
Who are you?
Which means we get the key this way. Then we can use the kidnapping to get upstairs.
My arm. This is not the place for you. Get going.
Because if you have a royal guard, then they will move to the side and let you through. So that's like the easiest way to get upstairs, essentially.
The lady is with me.
Much obliged.
Madam?
There we go.
My arm.
And yeah, I'm still gonna keep using him as kind of like a
Gentle.
stealth opportunity, I guess. But at least get to the White Drawing Room here.
My arm. That hurts. My arm.
My arm. It hurts.
Gentle.
Yeah, I'd be very gentle. Let's see.
Pleasant dreams.
Knocked you out very gently.
The plans are somewhere nearby. Now for the vault.
Nice. That was close. Almost got detected there. That would have been bad for us. Okay, let's wait for him to turn around and go back.
Scoundrel. You won't get away next time.
Right, that works. And now if we go back
Jacob's
down...
most likely off stealing another carriage somewhere, or accidentally pushing the Queen down a flight of stairs.
Right, Jacob would of course push down the Queen down the stairs. What does Evie think that Jacob does? But yeah, when we now go back down here, the guards actually won't stand there anymore, so you can just pass through without having to kidnap anybody.
There you are. I have someone I'm simply dying for you to meet. Come with me. Your Majesty, may I present Miss Evie Fry? You
You're the one responsible for Mr. Gladstone's mishap.
Your Majesty, I apologize.
The cake is particularly good. Enjoy the ball.
I really must be going.
Miss Fry, may I have this dance?
Mr. Starrick, you've had your fun. But the game is over.
Listen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Time is a wonderful thing, Miss Fry. It heals all wounds. We may make mistakes while dancing, but the mazurka ends, and then we begin again. Problem is, everyone forgets. They trip on the same mistakes over and over.
People can learn.
Can they? Isn't everyone around you repeating the same steps? But if one man could remember the dance, could know the time, then he could change things for the better.
I have had enough.
This dance is nearly over. Soon, the people will forget the generation on this terrace. The ruin you nearly wrought on London.
Dirt in your eye.
When the music ceases, Miss Fry, your time is up, and mine begins.
I think I'll take to fatherhood like a duck to water.
Turns out everyone hates Gladstone. Yeah, I can't blame them. Is this the worst villain speech in the series? It's definitely a contender, yeah, for sure. But yeah, to be fair, I think Starrick as a whole is one of the worst villains in the series. I think it's just way too cliché. Especially in the series like AC, where they try to give characters multiple layers and make them not, you know, black and white. I feel like he's way too stereotypical for a villain, for sure. Like the whole scene where he plays piano and then shoots one of his servants, you know, like... How much more mustache twirling and villainy can you get than that?
Freddy. Starrick peppered the regulars with his own men and took several guards hostage. Your weapons are in there.
But I feel like Quebec isn't really good with writing multi-layered characters in general. I mean, it is funny, you know. But yeah, it's also like super cliche.
Look. Right. I'll kill the imposters and rescue the captives.
How? It's impossible to tell the difference.
Oh, ye of little faith.
I think it depends how big the mustache is. Bigger mustache, more twirling. Yeah, that's true. Jay. Gotta have more twirling if you have a bigger mustache.
Now to find the real royal guards.
Yeah, now we gotta free all the captive royal guards groups here. attacked me. He was smoke bombed. Stealth always working flawlessly as ever.
Thank you all. I'll get you out.
Yeah, that wasn't quite the one I was aiming for here, but it's alright.
Hold still for a moment. All right. Off you go.
Alright, that takes care of this part of it. Now we can either signal that she's not under immediate threat anymore. So she can strike back against Starrick, who's currently still having a dance with her.
The key to the waltz is one must lead with one's right foot.
Oh, my!
Everything all right, my dear?
Do you require assistance?
I never liked balls. Here, the location of the vault. Go!
Just like that? No plan?
No time for plans. I'll catch up as soon as I'm rid of this infernal contraption.
That statement after she kicks him in the balls for. Yeah, that is a secret vault. Time to confront Starrick once and for all.
What are you doing?
Exploiting. I warned you, my boy. But you do not listen.
Requiescat in pace.
Yeah, that line always makes me cringe a little. After she throws away that dress. Say that line. Like, that's so many opportunities to use that line, and they use it for her throwing away a dress. Seems legit. She hated the dress that much. Yeah, she did. Yeah, something like that, Rod.
Jacob!
Maybe say it towards the guy who pretends to be Italian or something.
Jacob, resist him!
London will soon be rid of chaos.
The shroud was never meant for you!
How many times have I played this? Yeah, Syndicate says about 315 times.
You forgot to escort me home!
Let me rectify my mistake.
Yeah, not that many times, but probably at least 10 times, I would say, at this point. I don't really count my playthroughs, to be honest, at some point. Like, once I've done like 5 playthroughs or something, I don't really count anymore. So I'm actually not quite sure. But yeah, I would guess at least 10 times.
Even more magnificent.
I admire. Come closer, man.
Oh yeah, I know these games by heart, basically. Like the missions and what to do most of the time, at least.
Ruler who will remain vigilant.
With the same rod, yeah. Yeah, I really have no idea like how often I played some of the AC games. This time I'm going to play as Cassandra Fewer, because last time I played as Alexius. Last time we played Psycho Alexius, doing like all the Psycho path choices. This time we're gonna play as Psycho Sandra.
Out of my city.
Evie!
We have you against the wall, Starrick. You're trapped. Starrick! Your reign is nearly over.
It has barely begun.
With a Sunnet too? I mean, if I can find one, then definitely. I'm still thinking about whether I do a New Game run or New Game Plus run, because if I do New Game Plus, I could just use the loadout from my Psycho Alexius run and have that look instantly. Because Sunhead isn't guaranteed to get in Odyssey. You have to be a bit lucky.
Evie! Now!
Shall we?
Let's.
London will perish.
Requiescat in pace.
You flatter yourself. I would have created a paradise.
The city belongs to the people. You are but one man.
I am at the very top of the Order! You were, Mr. Starrick. You were.
Shame we won't be partners anymore.
It's for the best, isn't it?
Are you gonna wear the shroud and run London?
Whatever it gives, it takes from someone else. You'd continue to age without me. You'd become like father.
A fate worse than death.
Will you wear it?
After you sorted out the boroughs, the chaos I caused, I couldn't compete.
Jacob Fry stepping back. Who's blackmailing you? Is it George?
He wouldn't dare. I've missed you.
Me too. Would it be possible to continue where we left off?
I'd love nothing more.
I'm starting to think Father didn't know everything about everything. Henry.
It's a big world out there. With London in the center.
Perhaps not the very center.
I came as soon as I could. Do not worry. I'll head back to the train. Did I jeopardize the mission?
Henry, you saved it. I think you belong in the field. With me.
Citizen!
A carriage! Nicely done, Freddy.
Mr. Aberline, please.
Your Majesty.
Miss Fry.
You've met before?
Did I never mention?
Mr. Aberline informs me that you three are responsible for saving my life. Is this true?
It is, Your Majesty.
Evie Fry, step forward. And you?
My brother, ma'am. Jacob Fry. And this is Mr. Henry Green.
Mr. Fry? Mr. Green? Kneel. Arise.
Are we done with this pissing contest?
I invest you all in the Order of the Sacred Garter.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
If you are as adept as Mr. Aberline implies, I may call on you.
Sergeant Aberline tends to exaggerate, Your Majesty.
We shall meet again. And Miss Fry?
Ma'am?
Should you want it? I saved you some cake.
Father would be proud of you.
Dame Evie Fry.
Sir Jacob Fry.
Race you to the train.
You're on.
Yeah, there we go. Rod, the order. I'm at the very top. Yeah, gotta love those accents. Anglo-Saxon reminds you of Dexter when we collect blood as a trophy. Yeah, dude, definitely. I love that show, actually. I'm currently watching that again. On season 4 right now with the Trinity Killer. These guys are always raving about how they're doing this all for the good of the people, but right at the end they admit they just want to be in control. Yeah, that's the Templars for you, basically. They say it's like for peace and for, you know, the betterment of humanity, but really they just want, they want control, right? They want to stand at the top of the order, as Derek says, and they want to control the people like a pyramid, where a few collect the many, control the many. And Eli, they are both 21 in 1868, so at the early 20s for them. Yeah, fewer. I guess they also made Henry kind of like different to Evie, you know. So she's more of a fiat agent and he isn't. But yeah, he could have been stronger for sure. Brilliant model of Victoria. Yeah, like look-wise, I guess it's quite similar, isn't it? Oh, I hear that character-wise she's way nicer in the game than she was historically, apparently. Because her husband died like really early, right? And after that, apparently she hasn't been the same person and only wore black and was like always in a bad mood, apparently. Like really, like almost like abandoning her children as well, I guess. And yeah, supposedly she wasn't the most pleasant person to meet after her husband died. So seeing her in the game, you know, this nice seems a bit untypical. But yeah, look-wise, it seems quite similar. Evie just left her boyfriend there to run to a train. Yeah. And he's like, seriously? You leave me for some sibling rivalry? But yeah, that has to be more important.
That's it. It's under the palace.
Time to go.
Let's get the shroud to Dr. Grammatica immediately.
Sigma team beat us here. We're too late.
What do we do?
Killing really is the least productive way to achieve our goals. Kill them all.
Leave them underground.
Contact!
Cover me! That skinny piece of shit tried to murder me, Berg. I want him to bleed.
Whispered dreams that only poisoned us, them that told us lies of their bravery, them that preached of progress and put us in the poorhouse. Them done the horrid murder on bloody stages, them that loudly corrode their humility, lords and dames that sung in the chapels on a Sunday. All quiet now, their mouths are stopped up.
Hold still, goddammit!
They lie flung in racks and make no sound.
Only the mission matters!
Understood!
Those who fought
Sean!
for something better, those who taught by how they live, loved ones taken long before their work was done. Underground.
Galena, we need an exit!
gods are righteous.
We need to go! Now!
Understood. Shroud.
Forget the bloody shroud. Stay with me, Bex. Please.
We go.
Good work in there, Initiate. In time, we will recover the shroud. And hey, we pulled a feed from our bug in Isabel's computer before they shut us out. Playing it now.
Sorry about the mess.
So, how's the shroud gonna help you create a new clone?
It's not. When the shroud is wrapped around the body, it scans it for damage and then reconstructs it on a cellular level.
You're not making a clone. You're gonna recreate a precursor from scratch.
Bingo! The Phoenix Project timetable just got accelerated big time. I'm going to call Alan Rick and deliver the good news. It's like Christmas!
Hello? It's me. Brought the shroud as you asked, but I'm scared.
Do not fear me. You've done well.
I'm not scared of you. I'm scared for you. Anyone finds out what you've been doing.
You have played your part, my instrument. I will save you. I will save you all.
And yeah, there we go. That is the ending of the main story. So quite interesting. Like, of course, you have a whole historical part with Evie and Jacob, but then, of course, the modern day is interesting here with Sean and Rebecca actually being part of the action. Like, you know, the fight out with the Templars there. And yeah, Rebecca ends up getting shot to save Sean. Now, to take that away, she's not going to die. She's going to recover and survive. But yeah, back then, you know, people really didn't know. They had to wait until, like, I mean, I guess Valhalla, at least game-wise, get that confirmation, I think, to see her in person again. But the comics confirmed that earlier that she did recover from that encounter. Bit of a shame that Otto Berg doesn't die in that encounter, because you know, he was just about to be finished off essentially. But yeah, he also survives that encounter, unfortunately. Maxie, she was a tough person, had a thick skin. Yeah, definitely. The thickest of skins. Rod Quebec is like, let's take sibling rivalry to the next level with the Ikebearer and Demos. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the next level. The next worst level. You love a rendition of a song? Yeah, me too. It's definitely my favorite, like, vocal song from a soundtrack of Syndicate, I think. Underground 1. Why does she backflip away like a gymnast? That ruins the scene so bad. Yeah, I guess that's because she was part of a circus for most of her life here, before she decided to join the Assassins. Yeah, just kidding. I'm not sure either. I guess to make it look more flashy or something. Bishop is like, so anyway. Yeah, she doesn't seem too bothered, does she? With like what's been happening. Palpatine. Emu 2? Yeah. In 2015, Quartz Alan Rickon. In 2016, Alan is dead. Indeed. Yeah, and we're also gonna be watching the AC movie very soon, actually. For those who maybe haven't caught up on that, I made an announcement recently on Discord that we're gonna be watching the AC movie together now that we basically caught up with the modern day. And yeah, in there we will see how Alan Rickman's story ends as well. For anybody that hasn't joined Discord yet and wants to, there's a link actually. But yeah, essentially we're gonna be watching the AC movie together on Twitch. So everybody that has an Amazon Prime account can join that watch party. However, I'm also gonna be streaming the movie at the same time on Discord, so for anybody who doesn't have Amazon Prime, you're more than happy to join or welcome to join the Discord. And then you can also join the watch party there. But yeah, it's gonna be happening the Sunday after next week, so that would be the 90th of June. For anybody interested watching that as well. I never followed up with the storyline in the later games. Where's the clone? So that's something that happens in the books. Like they push the whole Juno plot into the books. Or comic books, I guess. And that's where it gets resolved essentially. But yeah, they do end up building a precursor from scratch with the Shroud. And that's how Juno gets back to life again. And then the assassins actually have to work together with the Templars, or at least with a subdivision of the Templars called the Black Cross, to take down Juno together. But yeah, all of that is happening within the comic books and doesn't happen in the games at all. Which really is a shame. You know, considering it's been like the biggest game plot of modern day since Brotherhood, really. But yeah, that's what they have done. Yeah, exactly, Rod. It really is a shame that, you know, that doesn't happen. What happened to the ending of Syndicate? You mean what happened just now? Like what we just played, Tor? Or I remember when you played Odyssey according to a book and you were so mad with the canon ending. Yeah. I've done it as well. Like, I followed the guides that would show the canon choices according to the book. But it just didn't fit oftentimes. Like, it couldn't even emulate the choice of the books properly at times. So I was also a bit mad about the fact that there's not really a canon story to be achieved in the game. But yeah, just one of many issues with the dialogue choices, I guess, in that game. And yeah, Anglo-Saxon, I actually remember that. Remember seeing a video, like a YouTube video about how they recreated the Leap of Faith, and it was actually insane, like doing the jump in person. Absolutely ridiculous, but amazing they've done it. But yeah guys, this finishes the main story. Let's have a look at the progress tracker here to see how far we've gotten. So we got all of the main sequences completed 100% here. We've done most of the associate activities, or 100%. So all of the gang strongholds, all of the bounty hunts, all of the child liberations, all of the Templar hunts, and all of the gang wars. We've done all of the London stories we wanted to do so far. So all of the Charles Dickens ones, all of the train hideout missions, all of the Charles Darwin missions, all of the Karl Marx missions, and most of the murder mysteries. We still have one left, which we're gonna be doing as part of the epilogue, which also includes the Queen Victoria missions. However, those ones we're gonna be doing next time, before we start the Jack the Ripper DLC. And the last Mirage DLC we're gonna be skipping completely this time. But yeah, that finishes everything I wanted to do up until the main story ending. And yeah, this is also where we're gonna call it today for our stream, because I have to call it here, unfortunately, time-wise. But yeah, the plan for next time, of course, is to finish with the rest of the epilogue and then finish also or start and finish the Jack the Ripper DLC as well. And once that is done, we're gonna be doing the World War I Rift, because we're going in historical order, of course. And once World War I is done, we're gonna be jumping into the Chronicles Russia game, which takes place in 1918, I believe, just after the ending of World War I war. So yeah, that's the plan for the next AC streams. I haven't quite decided yet if we're gonna be jumping back into AC tomorrow or if we're gonna be playing something else. But yeah, I'm gonna do that spontaneous, kind of like depending on my mood and if I had enough of AC for a week or not. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody so much for coming in and for joining today for the end of a main story. And yeah, hope you enjoyed catching some of it as well. No worries, Rod. Thank you for coming by, dude. Thanks also again for the raid earlier. I really appreciate it. Cheers, Aura. You have a good night as well later. But yeah, for now let's go ahead and quit the desktop here. And then we're gonna have a look who's online, so we can raid out, of course. No worries, Maxi. Thanks also for being here, dude. Okay, let's see. I actually do see Lighters online. Currently playing some Streets of Rage 4. Seems like he's on a break though, but I think we're gonna raid regardless, because he should be back rather soon, I think. Cheers, Anglo-Saxon. Catch you next time as well. Thanks for being here. Yeah, if you guys want to hop along with a raid to Light as well, feel free to also use these raid emotes that Maxi posted into the chat. And yeah, I will catch you all tomorrow. Until then, hope you all have a great rest of the day. And yeah, take care.